So this innocent-looking new great spear is secretly a weapon of mass destruction. Don't believe me? Here is one single heavy attack. Oh yes! Hello, my fellow Tarnished. With builds, well, they come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? From complex fancy combos and synergies, deploying statuses and debuffs, and generally doing everything you can to min-max bosses out of existence. But sometimes simplicity is best. It's refreshing. Sometimes you just want to hit things really goddamn hard with a really big stick. And that's exactly what we're doing today, because we have a new champion of hit it really hard. And I'm not kidding. So, meet the Messmer's Soldier Spear. As I said, an innocent little weapon. It drops from the Messmer's soldiers that are wielding it. And it has a scaling in strength, and thusly can reach some serious AR. But past that, it has a unique charged heavy 1-2 hit poke. This is everything. Something like Royal Knight's Resolve, which yes we'll be using, applies to both hits, not just the first. It also is 2 hits, which means it already by itself procs tier 1 of your multi-hit talismans and your thorny tier. It also is a charged heavy, with all of the deliciousness that involves. It's a charged heavy, so poise, and it's very quick. It's long-reaching. Oh, and it's pierce damage, so yes, a little bit of spear talisman is a colossal boost here. But don't just take my word for it. Compared to Giant's Crusher, the previous premium Royal Knight's Resolve Big Bonker, yes, on paper it's got much less AR. But the reality is, with the exact same setup, the special charged heavy flip doesn't one-shot this knight, but with the spear, it most certainly does. And that is notable. So we have the premium two-handed charged heavy spamming machine, and it comes in the form of a long pointy god-killing stick. That is just incredible to me in every sense. So how could I not take this and push it to the absolute maximum? And that is what I have done today. I experimented with a bit of frost, with a bit of bleed, with status and such, but honestly, nothing quite compares to both the satisfaction and yes, raw power of a good old-fashioned heavy-infused great spear hitting every boss for 8 to 14k damage an attack. Like, what? Oh my god. So, yes, if this sounds like something that you could get a kick out of, and I would be surprised if not, let's go into how exactly we have set this monster up to do the monstrous things it's doing. Stats-wise, at 150 then, you want your 60 vigor, 15 mind is fine, you can get away with less, but 15 is exactly the right amount for Golden Vow, Flame Grant Me, and Bestial Vitality, which is a nice little trio, but you can play this by your own comfort. Endurance at 19 to medium roll, but any more stamina is completely fine too, again to your comfort. Dexterity, the minimum 16 to wield the spear, intelligence doesn't matter, arcane doesn't matter, and then 25 faith for your golden vow, and the other buffs too. After that, you just want to pour into strength. Technically, as we're two-handing it, we only need 54 to reach that 80, but because we're purely scaling on strength, and we don't need points literally anywhere else, we may as well just pour them into strength to get even more damage, even if it's not as much as the point before it. You could put them elsewhere into like endurance, that's really the only other one, but it's not really worth it versus just, yeah, really pushing the damage that we can get, which is kind of the whole point here. Equipment, items, all of that good stuff then, yeah, the Messmer's Soldier's Spear set to heavy with Royal Knight's Resolve on it. You want any 0 weight seal just to cast your buffs, and then full Rakshasa for that 8% damage increase that it gives you. There really isn't a better armor set to use with this, and hey, using the full one at least looks nice aesthetically over cramming in bits to other sets because they're just the best. Honestly, I kind of feel like fashion has really taken a blow thanks to this armor set's existence, so I will always recommend that you're completely fine to, you know, look how you want to look rather than have 8% more damage. Talismans-wise, two-handed talisman, as we will be two-handing it and charged heavying it, so this is lovely. Then you want your Rotten Winged, though this is also your flexible slot. This can be anything you want, from Dragon Crest for more survivability, or your Erdtree if you want a bit more health and stamina, and so on and such forth. It's the next best talisman we have for damage, which is why it's here, and it will stack up if you get your charged double poke heavies off often enough, but it is definitely the least important talisman. Then we have the axe for the charged heavies, which is what this is, and then finally the spear talisman, as we will be getting that counter attack bonus with the piercing pokes, as doing the charged heavy gives you a bit of poise, and a lot of the time you will be poking an enemy that is currently attacking you, and that massively amps your hits. Then in your Wondrous, you want the Spiked Cracked for the charged attack power, and then the Thorny for the same reason that Rotten Winged is here. It will start to add up from the double poke, though again, like Rotten Winged, it's not strictly needed, so this can be your Opaline for damage reduction, or any other tier that you prefer for your own playstyle and comfort. Spells, the usual Golden Vow, Flame grant me strength, and then I always like to throw in Bestial Vitality, as it's free and it's just a nice little trickle heal, though you don't strictly need it. Then anything else that you want with your stats allowing. You could spend the extra points fast at 54 strength into Faith and have more of a hybrid build with some options if you so desire to. So when it comes to how to play it, drink your Wondrous Physic, get your Golden Vow on, get any of the other supplementary buffs that you want on, then generally do Flame grant me strength last as it's the shortest duration, get your FP back up, and then two-hand your spear and you're ready to go. Simply put your RKR on before each hit, and then just time your charged heavies in, and 12,000 damage. Cool! That took a lot of skill and hard work, did that one. That's your counter attack damage, and the spear talisman at work there too, as they were in an attack animation, so really, what more do you want? It's what leads to such big numbers against Midra here, as Midra does a lot of light poise breaking attacks that you can stab into for big damage, and hell, even this radahn in phase 1, I got my second poke here just as he was starting his next attack, which amped up the damage massively, as you can see, and that will happen a lot. It's why it's such a big deal having such a purely hard-hitting weapon be a piercing attack in this manner. So, let's actually go about getting all of the new stuff. Assuming you have everything from the base game then, we want to begin with, yeah, the Soldier's Spear in question. The best place to farm that is Morth Ruins, and it's this little camp of Messmer soldiers right next to the Grace. Get your item discovery up, your silver scarab, and so on and so forth, and then just head up to the camp right from it. It's honestly quite an easy little farm loop, and in here you will find multiple of Messmer soldiers literally holding the spear that you want. It can take a bit of time to do so. It's got a fairly low drop rate. I swear if this is immediately, I really thought I'd immediately, oh okay, I've just been stabbed in the back. Thanks buddy. Oh wow, you won't even look at me after you've killed me. Fuck. In any case, yes, right here, do loops with this grace until one of the spear soldiers drops you the spear. For your two-handed sword talisman, the grace that you want is this one, Templetown Ruins, because it is in the Templetown Ruins. You want to go through the hole in the wall and then make your way up to the top, and you will find it in a chest guarded by some enemies. Lastly, for your Rakshasa armor, if you somehow don't know by now, you're wanting the Eastern Nameless Mausoleum that you get to from this grace here, the river upstream. Follow the cliff along, and you will walk right up to it, kill the boss inside, and there you are. And that then, ladies and gentlemen, is that. Simple and quite literally straight to the point. Big, heavy Royal Knight's Resolve, stabbing, charged damage to rival and, in a lot of cases, exceed Giant's Crusher itself, which I think is just spectacular. It is straightforward, but it is fun to play and immensely satisfying. I hope you have indeed enjoyed this, and, well, until next time, like if you did, subscribe for more, consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.